All right, all right. The Boogie Hauler. I don't know what else to say. It's 4th of July holiday week. I promised you guys we'd be working on it and trying to get this thing fired up. We're going to walk around. I pulled it out of the storage, which it stays in between the two buildings here in the alleyway, as we call it. And let's go through everything it's done. The doors are kind of hung, but they're just hung to keep them off the ground. They're not adjusted, so, they'll pick up whatnot, and we'll start getting them things, fitted. So, we have rigged us up a fuel tank right here just to crank it with, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's go through what all we got done. Our drive shafts are installed. 3 of them where we stretched it. Turned out super great. Had to make these little spacer blocks for the bearings. And, man, Mike Burks, which is now retired, these are the last drive shafts he was going to make. And he did a phenomenal job. We've got the brake lines are all ran. We bleeded the rear brakes just the other day. So all of this is, we're still working on the bleeding of the brakes, but we got fluid back here. We put the passenger side spring in with the airbag. We put the airbags back in it like it had, so we can adjust the front like the original motorhome bags. This brake line's got to be changed. When we went to bleed the brakes, these old rubber lines have swelled shut. So I've got the new one for this side. It took me forever to go to 2 different Advance Autos to find a brake line that would work. So I've got to put this one on later today. I've got all the intercooler piping done and welded. Turned out pretty nice, I think. Comes right up through here. Shouldn't miss everything. Goes right around, right into this bad boy. I rigged me up an oil pressure gauge, put a new belt on it. We got a new water pump, but I don't want to put it on until we're ready to literally, go running. So power steering lines are done, as you can see, coming right over here. Of course, all this is, I think you've already seen, we have the clutch done and the brakes done. This is the new brake line I just put in over here. All right. This is the battery box, which I'm pretty sure I think y'all seen in the last episode. It's been a few months now since we put this thing out. When got our kill switch there. Got our seat kind of mounted where it goes. We've got all our rigging done here to crank it, which is basically our start button there and our on and off switch. We've got our steering column mounted. I've got to weld the joint so we can run it back and forth. Of course, like I said, these doors are not adjusted yet by no means, so don't pay that no attention. I rigged up the fuel line yesterday with a supply and a return, put about 3 gallons of diesel in it. My whole plan here is to get it to move. Then I can bring it in and out of the shop if I need to. So I can work on it a little bit along and build my bed and stuff like that. We still have the wiper kit to put in it, which is right here. This is an electric wiper kit, new wiring harness right there. But the pallet's getting less and less. In fact, we're done with all this intercooler piping. I can go put that next door up in the Boogie cave in case we're doing that's just spare parts. That was the original springs that I was going to use, and I decided not to. This is the airbags that was ordered for it, but they're not big enough, so I got to find some more airbags for the back, because we're going to make the back is going to be air ride, so I can let the back end down once I want to unload or load a car. So we've took a lot of the lease out. I mean, we're down to just a few leaves. We took them. There was a stack. It was about, I'm telling you, it was 4 inches of lease. We took it down to this many right here. We're going to put airbags in here, okay? This thing's got this big old nice sway bar, so hopefully the rear end don't rack too much. And if it does, then I'm gonna have to put a trailing arm out here to keep it from racking, you know, like that, smacking. And what we'll do is we'll just take the sway bars off, and we'll come right off of that sway bar bracket out here to something similar to a ladder bar. Just something that'll move, just keep it from doing this when you shift the gears. So how about y'all hold on a minute? Let's fire up this other camera and let's crank this bad boy up. This has been in the making a long time. This is for Steve Martin, the guy I started the truck with. If you go back and look at the very beginning videos of this series, me and a friend of mine started this truck together. He passed away. He had a stroke. One of the nicest guys you ever meet. I want to get this truck finished for him, and we'll go from there. So hold on. Let's see if we can make some smoke. All right. Let's see if we can make some smoke. All right. This is our intake. I've got the air cleaner in the cab. I have not made the box yet. The box will be here, basically, and it's got a factory 1993 Dodge 350 is D350 is what we got the engine out of. That's what the cleaner is. So all this seems to be out of the way. I got my oil pressure gauge up here. Let me hook up my power wire. I've got a power wire right here. In fact, I'm going to show y'all old school way of doing this is just take a doggone pair of vice grips. We're going to clamp on the our hot wire, and what the hot wire is the hot wire to the fuel solenoid and the Bendix on the starter. I've got a big kill switch over here, as y'all seen a while ago, to actually put power to the starter. All right, power's on. All right, people. Now, I could crank it sitting out there, but how cool would it be? I hope y'all like my work light. One of these LED drop-ins. I hang it just perfect, dude. It's perfect. All right. Let's see if this bad boy will fire up and crank. All right, we're going to throw some power. Boom. Let's hope it'll crank. Woo! How badass is that? 12 mile, baby. Oh, can't wait to get my shifter going. I got this big shifter right here. We're going to put it up here, big old Peterbilt knob. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Get our brakes. You can feel, oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're running the back tires a little bit. I don't care what nobody says. That's just cool as hell. That is the definition of badass. When we're rolling up the interstate and this big old ramp truck / race car hauler, because to bring everybody back up to speed, you know how we're doing this, right? We're putting a box on the back like a 60s NASCAR race hauler. So that's how cool this thing's going to be, man. I mean, you know, that's just like these seats are a little bit more modern than I like. But man, when we're driving up the interstate hours to go to a drag race with the boogeyman in the back, I want comfort. So I just think this thing's so badass. I really do. I've been having a lot of people ask about this truck and updates on this truck. So here's your update. Happy late 4th of July. 4th of July was a few days ago. Actually, this is Saturday after the 4th of July. So everybody remember what the 4th's all about. And happy Independence Day. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and stay tuned. Chris Dunn, a.k.a. the Boogie Man.